It is Monday morning, and I'm taking a day off of work because we made a very big mistake last night. Um, Getting Mandy ready for bed. Um, Last thing we do before we get in bed, I give her a wipe down with a hot rag because she still suffers from nerve pain, and it just creates a really strange, irritable sensation on her back and her neck and stuff, where she either it feels like she's sticky wet all the time, or um, it, it also feels like stinging sunburn. So it's just really irritable to her. So uh, trying to give her just a wash rag wipe down, with hot water, and try to alleviate that pain and sensation. But anyways, we get to talking about things. We're just conversing while we're getting ready for bed, and both of us forgot about her medicine last night. So she went to bed without taking medicine, and she takes a handful of medicine 3 times a day, and most of it is for muscle and nerves. And we're just over 9 years from her surgery. It was August 2016 when she had her surgery. But she has 4 big medicines that's must have, or else her night or day is ruined. And she takes pregabalin, Cymbalta, baclofen, and tramadol. And she takes a host of other medicines, but those 4 are the ones that keep her from being in such great pain all throughout the day. And she takes them 3 times a day: morning, lunch, and evening. So it's happened before. Last night, just forgot to take her medicine. And she said she didn't really sleep hardly any at all last night. And she woke me up about 4:30 this morning. Was in really bad pain. And first she didn't know why. And then, I got up and went and grabbed her pill bottle, and it still had the pills in it. So I was like, that's the problem. And it's happened before. And she feels horrible when she misses her medicine like that. So, anyways, she went ahead and took her nighttime medicine there in the morning because she hadn't slept any. So she decided to take her nighttime medicine and get back in bed. So I just took the day off of work. She's not feeling well, and especially like this, her being in bed, I couldn't go to work. So, anyways, just the rare occasion that I'm out here in the living room and amongst the house by myself, just me and the girls. And there's Susie, and there's Lulu. So I figured I had free reign of the house. I could vlog without TV going, and having Mandy looking at me like I'm an idiot. Sometimes I think she thinks I'm silly, like I'm a little kid with my little camera toys and my vlogging and stuff. It's like sometimes I feel like I'm a teenager or a preteen with his little Tonka toys or something. But anyways, I figured I would just give a walkthrough, show you our home and some of the things that we do to accommodate having or living a disabled life. So it is very, very cold in Alabama today. Y'all won't believe it, but it's like in the 20s out here. And but I'm gonna go out here, short sleeve, flip flops. And I know I've vlogged here outside here before, but I was just gonna flip the camera around and give y'all a look at our beautiful home. I say it's beautiful because it wasn't too long ago, right before me and Mandy started dating in 2010, I was living at home with my mom, and I had been living there since I got out of the Army, and I didn't see me ever having a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out of. So when me and Mandy bought this house, I felt like I had reached the pinnacle of my life. I never thought I'd be a homeowner again. But out here at the road, this is our home. Let me put my microphone on me. But this is our home. We're sitting on a little over acre of land. I think maybe 1 1/4, because over here is a wooded lot, but it's actually 2 parcels and we own half of it. And there's a little creek right here, right at the wood line. It's mainly just runoff from the neighborhood, but it divides our property. Over there is the side gate to go into the backyard, and this is we usually use the front door as the main entrance door, but like I said yesterday, I am a Ford fan. Mandy's Ford Fusion she got before her surgery. This is our second Ford Explorer, my old F-150. I used to have a Harley Davidson edition F-150 and I sold it and I ended up buying this, with buying my mom a car and this truck with what was left over. And this little Ranger here, it used to belong to me years ago. Mama was having to use my Harley truck, and I needed another way of going, so I got this little Ranger to go back and forth to work on and haul my 4-wheeler around. I was going ATV in a bunch, and my oldest brother that passed away, he bought it from me, and you know, I inherited it back after his passing. So my plan is to fix it up a little bit. There's some things that need to be fixed just to make it sellable, and sell it, and you know, put the money toward savings account or this credit card that I had put stuff on buying all this camera gear. And there's a Harley over there covered up. But anyways, just trying to come up with an excuse to vlog. Calling out of work, so I need to make this day count. And we have a portable air conditioner in our room because we have those mattresses. I can't remember the name of them. Not Sleep Number, but they're foam mattresses and they sleep really, really hot. So we ended up having to get an air conditioner to keep the bedroom really cold so we could sleep. I got sunglasses on now, but well, let me get back over here. Here's the entrance to the house. We got this thing over here because the sun, that's west. Our front of our house faces west, so in the evenings the sun just beams through here and blinds us. So I took this thing, hung it up there, and this coffee table was over there, but I'll show you my little computer setup. But we have our couch, a little love seat where we sit, and have recliners in each of them, Mandy's wheelchair, and we got this big gate here that sometimes we just need to contain the girls, so that way we can go in and out the front door without them trying to go out. Although they've never tried to run, very protective over my dogs. I don't want to give them the opportunity to leave the house and then, you know, maybe get ran over or something. But I had Mandy's little area set up to get up this morning, but she got back in bed. You know, put her pillows there so that way she can lean back. She keeps a sheet on her side of the recliner because, you know, like I was saying, that nerve pain is really bad on her neck, and I don't know why. It's uncomfortable without a sheet being on there for her. And I put a damp washcloth on her neck throughout the day. But anyways, it's a little messy in here, so I just decided, hey, show y'all how it looks on the norm. And that's my blanket there. I was sitting here with my coffee watching everybody on YouTube, and I was covered up. So sometimes if I'm gonna go back to my seat, I'll just throw the blanket on the floor. But right now I got Lulu's bed there because when I'm at work, she likes to sit in my recliner. I don't know. Maybe she just likes the smell of my butt. I don't know, but I put her little bed there, and a lot of times she just sits on the back of the couch. And I was gonna film with my R6, but I just decided to grab the Action 5 instead. And it's a mess here, y'all, I'm sorry, but a while back, I decided I needed a computer because what I was doing with video editing, my little laptop just wasn't cutting it. You know, I could hardly do a speed ramp, and it was bogging it down. So I used that credit card I've been talking about and bought me a pretty good computer. I think it's maybe a 27-inch monitor. I bought the computers down there in that cubby hole, and I didn't buy the biggest, baddest thing. You know, it's an AMD processor and an NVIDIA video card. I think it was a 5070 Ti, and not the top of the line, but just very capable. And I still record in 1080 because all I do is upload to YouTube. So if I ever need to record in 4K, I think my computer will handle it. And you know, Mandy likes her TV up here on the above the mantle, above the fireplace. And when I got this computer, I wanted to put it over here so that way I can be here doing stuff and still be present with her over here. So it's not like, you know, I'm running off to the back bedroom to go work on something or look on the computer. So, you know, I wanted to make sure I stayed here, even if I'm not engaged with what she's watching on TV. I'm in the space. So, you know, it's kind of like still being together, even if we're doing two different things. I did have it over here, and this little area was just really, really uncomfortable, and it didn't work out. So that was the goal, is put it over there. I got my Christmas tree up. I didn't get any of the decorations out yet, so it's just the tree with the built-in lights. And the kitchen area, oh, let's see. I need to hang this picture of, this is Mandy's son, Colton, his 3 children. The boys here, Jax and Brody, they have autism, and Brody is still nonverbal, but Jax started talking a couple years ago, and it really blew us away because he's really blossomed. And Lily, she's the horse rider, the softball player. Well, they got her busy with everything. But Brody's still nonverbal, but he's very, very personable. I can go in there and start tickling him, and he loves it. He just loves it. He gets, and they're both very intelligent in their own ways. The nonverbal Brody, he started doing things before the other one, Jackson. He started walking before Jax, but you know, ended up Jax started speaking before Brody. But like Russ says with his son Jared, that he's nonverbal, but he's not quiet. Same with Brody. He makes a lot of noises. He can imitate words. You know, if you say something to him, he can try to imitate those words. So he's not completely nonverbal, but you know, sometimes it's like it's his own language. He speaks in his own way. But yeah, I need to hang that picture somewhere. And we got all of Mandy's plants here in the house because it's winter time, and that was one of the good things that my mom and Mandy were able to bond over. It's a really good, you know, daughter-in-law, mother-in-law relationship where they had a common interest of plants. My mother loves flowers, and well, she's getting older and can't really maintain a garden like she used to, but that was something that was really cool that my mom and my wife were able to really bond over, is flowers. So she's got her flowers that I've been trying to kill these things. No, I'm just kidding. But I struggle with remembering to water them. And there's just one, it's called a hibiscus over here. Whenever it starts to wilt, I know it's time to water them. And our kitchen, you know, Mandy used to create a lot of good stuff in here, and that's one of the things I miss the most about my wife, is her ability to cook And it was something I never did have to worry about. I could get in here and make some breakfast. Usually maybe it was me that was making the breakfast because I love eggs, but for the rest of it, you know, she was the master of this domain, and I really, really miss her cooking. And she's taught me a lot as far as, you know, things that she wanted, she had to use my hands to make it. And I have learned quite a bit about different dishes, you know, at her instruction. But this is a split floor plan, master bedroom, and that's where Mandy's asleep now, and then master bathroom through there. And here's the hallway, one of the spare bedrooms. As you can see, I have laundry ready to put away. Laundry's a bit of a, I don't know, 2 or 3 step process for me. You know, getting it in the washer is one, getting it in the dryer is the other, getting it out and folded and putting away is a whole nother task. And this is where I keep all my stuff. This is my clothes, where I come to sit and get ready whenever we go somewhere, go to work or whatever. And this bed, this is where Brody spends his time, watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. And this is his little trampoline here too. He can get rambunctious, but guest bathroom, and this is my bathroom. This is where, you know, where I get ready, do my business, whatever you want to call it. And this is the other guest bedroom, my junk room. I would like to try to make it some sort of creative space, and now with my treadmill, exercise space. But I just haven't gotten around to it, just like a lot of other things. I just have not gotten around to it. So anyway, just a quick tour of the house. I know it's a mess, but I didn't want to try to clean up to show y'all everything. But hallway, side door, utility room, washer and dryer. And I think our washer's about to go out. So Mandy had these, it's Maytag. She's had them since we got together. I guess when she was going through her divorce and she moved out, she ended up getting them brand new. But the washer sounds like the drum bearing is going bad. It's making a big racket up here. This was our wedding day. I think, I don't know if Mandy had that made or what, but November 1st, 2014 is when we got married. And it was, she strategically planned our wedding to be on a bye week from Alabama playing football. It was the week before they played LSU, so we were able to have our wedding and not be, you know, kind of looking at the TV on the background trying to figure out who's winning or whatever. But anyways, yep, the kitchen space. Here's where I make the girls little morning treats, and head to the back. And this is another place that needs to be tightened up. There's leaves everywhere because we have trees everywhere. Poor old grill, it needs to be gone to the metal recycler. I got my firewood here. I think I made a video about that. I got to put these coolers away. These coolers have been just hooched up here on the back porch. Currently they're not in the way, but if we host a little something back here, then I got to move them to create some room. Got my little speakers back here, my tunes. I like to jam, play my music back here, jamming, and got a TV back here. I can watch y'all's YouTube. Mainly everything I do is about YouTube, but sometimes we'll bring the receiver out here and watch TV on the back porch. But one of the things we bought, we went out shopping this past weekend, and Mandy was wanting to host our parents and do a low country bowl. And this is our usual boiler right here, and I always overfill it. I get too much, and it's just not enough space in that little thing. So we've been talking about it for a long time, and we was at Academy. Harper's wanting to play with the dogs. Susie and Lulu used to be about it. They used to run the fence line with other neighbors' dogs, but by the time this current neighbor brought his dog over here, they're just too old, not all too interested in it. But we ended up with this, buying this really big 60 quart burner. So we're probably gonna end up with quite a bit of people over here Christmas Day. First it was just gonna be my mom and my brother come over, just gathering on Christmas Day. Then it was Mandy. I always say, well, let me see if my mom and dad wants to come over. The screen is timing out. It started getting dim. So now it's ended up my mom, my brother, her mom and dad, probably her brothers and their wives, and you know, it's like, how can we have everybody else over here and not invite, you know, her son, daughter-in-law, and the kids? So it might be a party over here, I don't know. But anyway, here's the backyard, the side gate, and that creek still runs right along the wood line there. There's where I keep my wood. I'm starting to get a little cold out here, y'all. But you know, what Isaac calls a shred shed, I call it Planet Fatness. The trampoline that, well, the kids play on it sometimes, but you know, just something to have for them to do when they come over here. Let me walk over here out behind the shed, another place where I stash stuff that kind of just gets forgotten about. But ooh, Lord, I might have to cut this video short, y'all. It is cold out here, and I did not dress myself for it. Here's part of the creek. It's where I dump my clippings whenever I'm cutting grass and gathering up leaves in the backyard. But here's another mess. Old Arctic cat. It's been sitting here so long it won't start, and I need to clean it up. Another old Arctic cat I got from somebody that pretty much the motor's bad on it. Lawnmower over there, and some wood. Oh Lord, just it's a mess back here. And you know, all this stuff, you know, have use and intentions for it, but years have passed without even putting my hands on it. So it makes me wish that I was retired right now so I could just spend time here at home and be productive and do things. And currently I got the excuse that, you know, I have to work full time, and I don't really have much available hours to do things, because, you know, I get out of bed around 5 in the morning, get up, get everybody ready, get myself ready, head out the door around 7, go to work, come home at lunch, take care of Mandy, go back to work. We finish up work at 4:15, and it's usually close to 5 o'clock by the time I get home. And then I got to try to figure out dinner. Between 5 o'clock and 7:30 or 8ish is the time I have available to figure out dinner, or if there's any task or projects that needed attention, or exercise. You know, that's the available time that I have, and it's not much. A lot of times I end up kicked back on the recliner, or you know, sometimes I spend too much time in the bathroom. Sometimes it's a little safe space I get lost in doom scrolling, whatever, whether it's out here in the bathroom. So, but anyway, I don't know why I felt compelled to just give a tour of the place. But everything was pretty much decorated by Mandy when we moved in, and then after her surgery, you know, she hadn't been able to do anything. And if she wants something done, she has to ask me to do it. And I'm sure that gets on her nerves whenever I'm dragging my feet or, you know, forget about what she asked. But yeah, we're at home today. She's in bed sick because Dum Dum forgot to give her her medicine. So anyways, all right, we'll catch y'all on the flip side.